Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Murmuhu. Regarding the process of meditation by which we enter our inner layers and transcend the nature, we find Sri Ramakrishna is singing a song regarding that. Naren and others have been sitting for meditation. Sri Ramakrishna has gone there and telling them to dive within deep. What will you get by us? Floating on the surface, you have to dive within. Otherwise, you will not get the gems. So he's singing a song, and in that song, we saw yesterday, if you happen to, many times we face the failure in spite of all sincere efforts to dive within. We put all efforts, we are careful in the world, moving about, so that nothing disturbs my meditation. I am taking all the care regarding keeping my body and mind in good condition. We are following the middle path. In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, no extremes in anything. Ahara vihara, in moving about and activities. I follow the Madhyama Pantha, follow the Buddha also says, middle path. That is, you are not sleeping too much, nor without sleep. You are not eating too much, neither little. You are not moving about in the world more than what the activities and the services demand. In every way, in action and inaction, in waking and sleeping, in taking food, in thinking and non-thinking, all these aspects of I am maintaining the middle path. I am in a balanced way. So what all body needs, I take care to see that everything is supplied. Sufficient sleep, sufficient food, sufficient mental activities, sufficient physical activities, exercises, and all that. I am trying to keep my mind calm at the feet of the Lord, not taking it any way, not straining it in any way. All care I am taking at all times, and I am trying to dive within. In spite of that, I fail. I go a little, somehow I learn to turn inward, release my mind from the external world, from my body, from my ego. And I, with all humility, love and surrender, I try to go inward. But still, I fail. Sri Ramakrishna says, many times you may fail, but don't get disheartened. Don't think there is nothing. Like that fox which goes on jumping to get the grapes. Grape will be hanging it very high. It will go on jumping. Then it convinces itself, oh, grapes are sour, let me leave it, because it is not able to stretch itself. It was finding difficult. Then finally it says, oh, these grapes are always sour, I don't want, I will go for something else. But we need to take help from others, take example from others. We have to take these teachings from others. It is like pulling a stool or a chair. Suppose that fox sees some box or something, a chair, and goes on pulling it comes to the grapes and climbs over, then one single jump is sufficient to catch the grapes. So something, how can I go? Now, Sri Ramakrishna says, down the ocean of the heavenly wisdom lie the wondrous pearls of peace, O mind. And you yourself can gather them if you have pure love and follow the scripture's rule. This was where we were dwelling yesterday, scripture's rule. Tasmat karya vibhagayoho, regarding what to do and what not to do. Shastram pramanam te. Scriptures are the authority. Scriptures are the what is going to give us the right understanding. What I should do, what I should not do. And then if you but have pure love. How do we get the pure love? Sri Ramakrishna says the 4 requirements to awaken the divine love for God. One is constantly singing the names and glories of God. We give a lot of importance for bhajans throughout the Ramakrishna tradition. Since Ramakrishna is coming, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave lot of importance for singing the names and glories of God. Every day there will be bhajans. In every field there is singing going on. So the names and glories of God come in various ways. We have to listen when somebody sings. Wherever I can join, I have to join. It's collective singing, calling on God. And wherever an opportunity comes to sing myself, we have to sing. When nobody is there, I can go to a small place where without any restrictions, without any limitations, without holding on to limiting my mind to anything. The most important part is we don't need raga, tala or anything. We need love. With loving, it's a loving call. So we, in our own way, once you start, you see that all things follow you. The nature will help you. How did the singers in ancient time, Vedic singing, Samagana, they never had any modern equipments. How spontaneously they sat and sang without anybody's help, without going to a teacher, without restricting one's own self with so many limitations. If you put so many limitations, you can't express yourself. So without any limitations, I saw when I was in Uttarakashi, a Nepali sadhu. He came early in his life, 11 years or so. He has left the home and has come away. And amidst the sadhus, he was moving about. Finally, he himself became a sadhu. When I stayed there in Uttarakashi for my tapasya, I saw he is taking the classes on grammar, Sanskrit grammar. Often I used to go, and Bhagavad Gita, fine exposition. And after the class and everything is over, they alone used to go and sit on the bank of Ganga. And he did not have anything. He listened to some song here and there, and alone goes and there sings in his own voice, in his own glory. What a beauty, what a calmness, what a awakening. Even to see from distance and listen to that small voice coming out and flowing with the Ganga. So that kind of singing the names of glories of God, and then now and then entering into ekanta. Whenever you get time, and suppose you see in the ashrama, we see some people coming 3 days, 5 days, 1 week, they stay and go back. They charge, just like we charge our mobile. And now and then daily we see they are getting charged and going away. They don't get time in the world to face themselves, to know themselves, to turn to themselves. They are busy with the world all the time. They analyze everything. They look upon everyone. They have time. Whatever time they get, he is like that, she is like that, this is like that is like that. All things there. Then no time to turn inward and analyze, who am I? What is this? Why am I like this? Why did I say that word? Why did I think like that? We don't have get time. So when they come here, they will get the lot of time for themselves. Now all the time, since birth he was looking at the world, now he sees, he is looking within. He is looking within. He is looking to himself. So this vision, self-vision, you'll get in ekanta. There is no disturbance of any time. And then we see in our, in those days when I early joined, it is in 70s, I joined the mutt, I used to see elderly Swamis. They will be less burdened with work and activities. Whole life they are spent in intense activities. Now old age is approaching and they will come, attend to their morning ablutions and all that. They will go to the prayer hall and sit alone, calling on God. Then for tiffin they come, they have tiffin, move about from little here in the garden, there, here, thinking of God all alone. They have no bonds, they have no other thinking. They will again go and sit in the prayer hall. So like that, it is ekanta. They can spend their time in gossiping. They can spend their time in unwanted thinking. They can go on. See, most of the sadhakas, they become self-centered. The self-centered is one of the biggest obstruction to inward journey. I am thinking of myself all the time. I am not thinking of the world. I am not concerned about others. Little work or activities I do, but do I feel concerned? Till I feel concerned about others, till I am able to love all, my inner world doesn't get exposed to me. From inside the thirst comes. From inside the longing comes. I am not open when I feel concerned about others. My heart is opening up. It is exposing to God. It is exposing to itself. It is exposing to the world. So we see that as much I feel for me, more than that, 100 times more, I must think of the others and about the concern about others. Oh, does this person want? Does it obstruct him? Does my thoughts affect anybody else? Even thoughts affect each other, not only the other things. If two people are sitting, then each is limiting other. So, how I must be childlike, I must be fully divine, I must be filled with divinity, I must be thinking of divine all the times. That is the best way to serve the world also. So now and then ekantavasa, then constant satsanga. Wherever it is, if nothing is available, last resort is to study. The articles written exclusively by realized souls. And standard publications like Ramakrishna Math, in Maya Mission. All these are standard books. There won't be somebody has written out of his intellectual in this one. The intellectual writing will be very fascinating. People who are speaking on intellectual level will be very capturing. But if you search and go and search in the depth, nothing is that shallow. And it won't be tallying at every level with the truth. So we want the words of realized soul. It may not be capturing, but we want the such things to read. You are getting satsanga. Who has reached, who is speaking about, his words will be simple. It will be very, no complications. They are childlike. You see the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, which we are reading now. How simple the words are, and how, as you open, they are like sutras. Go on opening. It opens up. So, like that, satsanga. Wherever it is available, satsanga, utilize. Be in the company of sadhus. Be in the company of the sadhakas who are aspiring for. Be in the company of devotees of God who do not talk to you about the world and worldly matters. So in that you dwell. So the singing the names and glories of God, now and then entering into ekanta, constant satsanga, and then finally intense prayer. Without prayer, we will not be able to be in constant communion with God. When we joined Mutt in those days, early days, in 1970s, we were first asked by our senior most Swamis, the one who was guiding all the sadhakas there, he told us to pray for at least 8 hours a day with open eyes, sitting in the front of the picture of Sri Ramakrishna. Not with closed eyes, with open eyes, sitting in the front of the picture of Sri Ramakrishna. Pray for 8 hours a day. You can split it, half an hour in the morning, 15 minutes later on. Go on praying and see that you complete 8 hours of prayer. Because in meditation, I may enter into some state of mudhata, or mind may be wavering here and there. In japa also, mind can go, it may connect my vak, speech, to my memory. I'll be repeating Ram, 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 Ram from memory, and mind is running about here and there. In japa also, mind can go somewhere. In worship also, I am doing worship, uttering mantra, mind is roaming about. But in prayer, when you are praying, you are talking to God, you are asking for something, praying for somebody, praying for this world. When you prayer, you will not be your own words, not the prayer, standard prayer, written prayer. There also you see mind is going. You pray open, freely ask, you are asking God, see what are my defects, how I have to come out, you show me, I am at your disposal. Go on praying for the world, praying for the suffering mankind. Millions of people are suffering every moment. All that. And then wherever you see anything, whatever you see anything, anywhere, come and report. Tell him, see, I saw that once I heard from a devotee that Yatishwaranandaji Maharaj was there, the author of meditation, spiritual life. Most of the sadhakas, most of the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna know about him. So Sri Ramakrishna, Yatishwaranandaji was one day, untimely was there in prayer hall. He is supposed to be his schedule is such. Suppose even in Bailur Mutt, Madhvanandaji Maharaj was there. All others, when it is 6 o'clock in the evening, exactly to the seconds, he will be closing his windows for sitting for meditation. Every day, they used to set their watch by looking at his closing the windows. So he's also, these sadhus try to maintain their schedule absolute to the seconds. So Yatishwaranandaji used to go to the prayer hall at a particular hour. He used to go to the shrine particular hour. Untimely they saw him standing in front of the shrine. He was inside the shrine. And after coming out, a devotee was waiting. Swamiji, you are here in this hour? Then he said, yes. I saw one of the brahmacharis had a small boil on his face. I thought he may be finding difficulty in meditating. He may be finding difficulty in thinking of God. That pain might affect him or it may aggravate. So I was praying for him. So there is so much of opportunity every moment for us to go and pray. Anything you pray, for anybody you pray, but pray. In prayer, you are talking to God and mind doesn't go anywhere. Within a year, there is a great transformation. 8 hours a day, 1/3 of the time of my life, I am giving exclusively to God, in conversing with God, in talking to God. So what would be happening to that soul? It simply climbs up. He is escalated. You just stand, pray through prayer. Because every second, every fraction of second, he is in communion with God. So intense prayer. Intense prayer is where you merge your mind in the heart, your reasoning power in the heart, with faith and love. You pray. Heart weeps and prays. It doesn't reason, it's just praise. So this kind of prayer, singing the names and glories of God, then now and then whenever the opportunity comes, even once in a month, a day in a month, if you get a leisure, go it. Whenever you get leisure, like old sadhus, the moment they get leisure, free from, they will go and sit in the shrine in a small chair somewhere and look at the picture and pray. So like that, singing the names and glories of God, now and then entering into Ekanta, then finally the intense prayer and constant satsanga. These four awaken the divine love. Sri Ramakrishna says we will come to that somewhere later on perhaps. So these four are essential to awaken the love. Sri Ramakrishna says here that he is singing this song down the, and if you but have pure love, and this love is awakened through these means, we have to awaken the love. Love is within. It is in Supta Avastha. It is sleeping. Love for God is there in every heart because it is inseparable part of God, which is claiming its separation, which is delusion, which is imaginary. And follow the scriptural rules. Within those ocean depths as well, 6 alligators lurk, lust, anger, and the rest, swimming about in search of prey. Just like there are gems within, within are the alligators. They are waiting. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, Ahankara, Raga, Dvesha. All these are the alligators. That is what we call what we commonly see in seas and rivers, so many places, crocodiles, alligators. So this is such things. The moment if a person unknowingly, if he enters water where there is a crocodile or alligator, it will immediately, just silently, you will not know. Just like lizards catch the insects, silently it will catch. Like that, these alligators, you will not know it is there. Just you are getting into the water to drink water, or to moment it jumps and catches you and drags you inside. So like that, kama, lust, greed, lobha, anger. We will not know that I have got anger, such anger within. It would be, I am normal. Somebody comes and tells something, a harsh word to me, immediately that anger pounces out. how it bounces out, you see. I become restless, I become anxious, I start fighting. So these are all within. And he says, how can you enter? You have to pass through that same channel, same tunnel through which within you they are. You have to cross them. You must be unaffected by it. How to pass through them being unaffected? When we were going to Kailas Manasarovar in early 2003, I think I went. Then there were no roads or anything. In the rough terrain, we have to go in the vehicle. They take us, and that vehicle, Land Cruiser, it has such advantages. It can travel in any type of land. See, sand is there. On the sand, it can move. And if huge boulders and stones are there, it can cross over. It can fall vertically from 10 feet without getting affected. And then it can pass through waters. There is river. In river, we have to cross through. It just, and we close all the doors and windows. Everything is intact. He says, and then we enter the water. Water is slowly, we are entering into water. We are getting frightened in those days. And he says, nothing, no water will come. You have sufficient air, or just we are emerging out. Then we just pass through the river and come out the other side. How we pass through that without getting affected. And we come out. And sometimes in shallow waters, there will be huge boulders, we get caught. There are special gears where wheels turn in reverse way. One will be forward, one will be backward, one will be in some other direction. The vehicle will jump and stand somewhere else. All these arrangements are there that it can pass through any type of terrain and reach the end. Like that, what will you do about these kama, krodha, lobha, moha? All these are within me. It is, if it is outside, I can escape. They are hidden inside me. I am trying to dive within. These come and try to catch me. So 6 alligators lurk: lust, greed, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, delusion, moha, mada, egotism, mada, matsarya, hatred and dislike, raga, dvesha, likes and dislikes, attachments and aversions. These, how will I go? Strong ego, swimming about in search of prey. Smear yourself with turmeric of discrimination. The very smell of it will shield you from their jaws. He says, usually they smear their body with turmeric. The smell and the color that we release when we get down into the water, the crocodiles do not come to that person. They get repel from that smell and that water. Just like for mosquitoes, we use the mosquito repellent. This is a repellent for body. So this is what we see, to smear yourself with the turmeric of discrimination. Your every being, whole being is filled with discrimination, covered with discrimination. What is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, all things discriminate. What is nitya? Main thing is what is nitya, what is anitya. I may feel greed, but when I use the discrimination. Oh, these are 2 days glory. Do I want this or eternal peace and eternal bliss God? I want. Discriminate. Nitya, Nitya, Nitya Vastu Viveka. It's an important step we see. So we'll continue in the next class. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.